set a goal, achieve that goal, and then see, was this goal something you actually wanted in your life? What did you gain from achieving this goal? The problem is, most people get stuck at the beginning of this process of life, trying to achieve all kinds of goals, whether it be career-wise or relationship-wise, hobby-wise, because actually, some people don't even set a goal, because then you have to sit down and think about your life and what you want to do. And I guess a lot of people live on autopilot because we have so many distractions in today's world age. TV, social media, all this. But if you get to the point where you set yourself a goal, then there's the part of actually taking action, doing the thing that will make you able to achieve your goal. And I was a victim of this in the past. I remember vividly, many years ago, I had been reading many books, consuming a lot of content on YouTube and on Reddit. And I had all this amazing knowledge, and I had all these epiphanies and realizations about myself, and that I needed to make some changes, or else I would be stuck in the life that I was currently in, the person that I had become, which was just this autopilot person that, like, I didn't really know why I did what I did. I just did what society told me to do. Just feeling bad sometimes, feeling great sometimes, just living, But then slowly I woke up, you can say. But I wasn't doing anything about it. I wasn't taking charge of my own life. I still wasn't the pilot. I was still a passenger, I guess. And it actually, I got stuck in this loop of seeking knowledge, seeking information, because that's also an addiction that you can hide behind, is just seeking more knowledge without actually doing anything. So I just became this wise person that could do something if I wanted to. But I think I sort of subconsciously justified not doing anything about the things I had to do something about, which was taking action and getting on the right path in my life and doing the things I wanted to do. Or at least finding out what the next steps were. But the thing is, we are almost always within our comfort zone. And in order to get out of our comfort zone, we need to feel discomfort, because it is uncomfortable to be outside of your comfort zone, right? It's logical. But then our emotions and our justifications will make sure that we don't actually do anything. And then this slow suffering begins. This, again, justifying why you don't have to do something today. You can wait until this thing happens, or something magically appears to work, or the next week, then you'll have more time. But in every single moment, we are this very person. So if you're this person right now, you will also be that person next week and next year, until you make the change right now in this very moment. And I think I realized this at some point, and I started taking action. Now, the thing that is very important, I think, to understand is that these changes take time, and your old identity will always try to survive. So let's say, we could say any example. Let's say you want to be a football player and you've never played any football in your life. Let's just take this example, right? So the very first day you gather courage, you buy a football. I guess you ask your friend to go out and practice, or you go to the local team and you absolutely suck the first day. Nothing is working. You can't even throw the football right. You can't even catch it when it gets thrown, and you just feel like a failure. This is in this in this example, your old identity would say, "I told you so. You were never meant to be a football player, a footballer. So let's just quit." And you can put this example to so many other areas, like every area of life, every second, every minute, every decision you make. But the thing is, yeah, it's quite obvious, right? You have to do it more. You have to put in the work every time you have the chance. And if your goal is to become a professional football player, then you can't do it on day one. But sometimes when we fail day 1, day 2, day 3, our feelings will tell us, maybe this isn't right. Maybe I'll just change my goal. And blah, 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 right? And that's what happened to me. I think I've started many things in my life in the first years when I started trying to make changes. But then, success wasn't coming fast, like quickly enough. I didn't have the patience, and I didn't have the trust to see those things through. So that was the first step in my process. That was the first part of my path, was to try a bunch of stuff, all kinds of different stuff. And then quitting that, and then trying something new, and quitting, maybe returning to some of the things. But ultimately realizing after a few years that if I want to see true progress, if I want to see it through, I have to see it through. And I've gotten very good at sticking to my goals and taking action. So, for example, this YouTube channel, I actually made a few videos 2 years ago, and they were absolutely shit. Some people may argue that my videos are still shit. Actually, there are people commenting that they do not like my videos and they mock me, but I don't care. They can just go to another video, right? I know these kinds of very raw, unedited, unscripted videos are very unique, but that's just the way I like to do my videos. But when I started the channel, I tried to do it in the formats that I saw on YouTube. More editing, background music, doing the cuts when I don't speak. And that was just part of the learning curve, right? I started, then I was learning a lot of stuff, and now today I have become much better than I was when I started. And I had to make like 50 videos before I started gaining some real traction. But the interests, the results, they compound. And it's something that you have to, in order for you to evolve in any given area in life, you have to put in the work. But you not only have to put in the work, you have to open yourself up to change the way you do things. That's why we need to listen to our teachers, to our mentors. And these mentors can appear at any given point. But if you are walking with what you call it, shades, not shades, like you can see, you don't want to see anything other than your own opinion and what you want to do and how you want to do it. Even though you don't know anything about that area, which is quite stupid. And I've been the same way, and I'm still the same way in some areas. And I think that's just how it is, right? But what am I even trying to say now? What I'm trying to say is that I try to live by this one question, which is, what can I do right now that would scare the shit out of me? Something that makes me almost shit my pants if I had to do it. And most times, and I'm talking good stuff, not like killing someone or robbing a house or whatever, like actual good stuff, but something that is very scary to do where you are vulnerable and putting yourself out there. And for me, it was the very first video here on YouTube. But what I did was just simply pick up the phone, put the camera to my face, and then just say, hello, my name is Emil, and I want to talk about this. And then I uploaded it, and then it was done. It's just about getting the ball rolling. But like I mentioned in the beginning, one of the first things we have to do, which can be incredibly scary, is to ask, what is it actually that I want? What is it that I want to do right now? What is it that I need in my life? And the reason this question is very difficult to ask and scary is because what comes after that question is an answer. And after the answer, you need to take action. You need to do something about it. But it's so easy to get stuck in finding the answer and then just returning back to asking questions. And returning from asking questions back to just consuming content and being more wise. I think it's about showing yourself to the world. But it's so scary. And it's been, like some of my fears are coming true right now because I had this video, doing very well. And then it starts with the algorithm, feeding into people that actually care about the subjects I talk about. But if a video does very well, this algorithm will further the group of people will try from the outside, targeting people, I think. And they just don't. They've been very insidious and very toxic and just trolling and trying to hurt my feelings. And, that's just, I'm on that part of my path right now, trying to listen to trolls trolling me, trying to hurt my feelings, trying to bring me down, and then seeing how I respond. Now, I got a little shook today, but thankfully the private community I have just begun, they were all very supportive and got me right back on track and changed my perspective. But that also meant, like, if I wanted to get that help, then I had to, first of all, say, I actually feel hurt by this. I got a little bit shook. Then I have to reveal that to those people and then put myself in a vulnerable spot. But once you do it, it's just like a big relief, right? So, and this again is taking action, acknowledging my feelings, asking myself what I need to do about it. Do I need to seek help? That's what I did. And I got rewarded in terms of finding my way back. And now I'm sitting here making this video, not being fearful and simply trying to share what I've been thinking about today, which is the taking action part and not being stuck. Setting some goals and trying to go for the goals and allowing the interest to compound in terms of seeing results and learning as you go. So I'm 29 years old now. I'm turning 30 this February next year. And I've got so many things going in my life. I'm already a teacher, but I'm going to carpentry school right now, learning to be a carpenter because it's a passion of mine. It's something I really want to get good at. But that's going to take another 3.5 years. But I'm planning on doing this for 10 years at least and seeing what happens, seeing how this skill is building. I love to play the guitar and I'll continue to do that for the rest of my life. If I don't break my fingers, I'm doing jiu-jitsu. I'm working on this channel. I'm also working on the private community now. I want to, it's already a big success, even though we are only 29 people. It's so supportive. And it brings me a lot of joy to see people sharing and helping each other out. And there's a lot of wisdom already. So imagine if we can keep that going, what it will be in 10 years. What will my jiu-jitsu be like in 10 years? What will my guitar skills be like in 10 years? What will my carpentry skills be like in 10 years? What will my talking to the camera, creating these videos, being able to articulate what I'm feeling be like in 10 years? It's something to strive for, even though I don't want to be 10 years from now. I don't want to be there, but it's just a nice thing to have some things to look forward to. But I want to be in this process. I want to be here right now. I want to take action. So if you're stuck in just thinking about things you want to do, then I'm telling you, just get started right now. You have nothing to lose. It's only your fear holding you back. It's just your fear holding you back. You deserve to live and you deserve to get good at things. And maybe you even fear that if you become too good at something, people will notice you. So, and if you don't want to get noticed, then maybe work on why you don't want to get noticed. There's so many paths to take, but it's all about taking action. So if you have enough wisdom, then maybe do something about it. Yeah. And when you get to the point where you take action every day and you don't feel stuck, then the hard part is staying on the path, staying true to the course, trusting the process. And this is very difficult, but it's so much better than feeling stuck because of fear. Yes, that is today's video. If you want to join the private community, then just click the link in the description. I will let you in. Yeah, it's already great, but we can make it greater, and we would love to have you in there, sharing something about yourself, maybe. I don't know. You can also just lurk around if you want. That's all for today. Now I'm going to meet up with some boys. We're going to eat some very, very spicy food, and then we'll go bowling. And I'm looking very much forward to it. I hope you'll have a great weekend as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next